Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Pastor Apollo Quiboloy is now a wanted fugitive with trafficking charges in the United States. With that, we have Chief State Legal Counsel Attorney George Ortha II joining us via Zoom to give us more details on this. And also, let's ask about the DOJ's action regarding this matter. Good afternoon, Attorney George.
Good afternoon, Riza. And good afternoon to all your viewers and listeners.
Yes, Attorney, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Do we have an update on the extradition request on Quiboloy?
Well, as far as the DOJ is concerned, we are not aware of the existence of any.
Okay. Attorney, so what other actions could the U.S. take to get a hold of him?
Well, if they want to have him, if the U.S. wants us to bring the person of Quiboloy to the United States, they will have to file a request for extradition pursuant to the PH-US extradition treaty.
And Attorney, should the United States send its request to extradite Quiboloy, how long would that process take?
Riza, part of the process is judicial. So we really cannot say how long it will take. No? It is relatively a formal process. No? It's not just the executive branch, but also the judicial branch of government. If you want, I can briefly explain to you the process.
Yes, sir, please.
So if the U.S. wants us to extradite Pastor Quiboloy, the U.S. Department of Justice will send its request for extradition via diplomatic channels. So it's very formal. So from U.S. DOJ, it goes to the U.S. State Department. Then from the U.S. State Department, the request is transmitted here in the Philippines to the U.S. Embassy here in Manila. From the U.S. Embassy in Manila, the request will be transmitted to our Department of Foreign Affairs. It is our DFA which will make an initial evaluation of the request. So is this request compliant with the requirements of the extradition law and extradition treaty? If the answer is yes, then the DFA will transmit the request to the Department of Justice. And we will make our own evaluation, Riza. And if we find merit to the request, then the DOJ will file the petition for extradition before our courts here in the Philippines. We usually file it with the regional trial court here in Manila. So the petitioner would be the United States government, which is being represented by the Department of Justice. So from the courts, if whatever would be the decision of the courts, as you know, Riza, it may be the subject of appeal, depending on the resolution of the trial court.
Attorney Ortha, is Pastor Quiboloy also included on the Interpol Red Notice list? If so, does this mean our authorities can actually arrest and detain him pending an extradition request?
I'm sorry, Riza, I am not aware of or whether Pastor Quiboloy is in the Red Notice list.
Okay. Attorney, how about, would like to know if the Justice Department will investigate any possible related crimes by Quiboloy that is or have been committed perhaps here in the Philippines?
Of course, if we came to know of any such complaint, then we will do our part in the investigation of the case.
Final question, Attorney. Is the Department of Justice planning to hold or issue a whole departure order or an immigration lookout bulletin for Quiboloy anytime soon?
Okay. With respect to a whole departure order, unfortunately, the DOJ has no authority to issue such an order. No? Well, it's only the court right now which can issue a whole departure order. Until a law is passed giving the DOJ that power, we cannot do so. With respect to the immigration lookout bulletin that you mentioned, we still exploring the possibility of the propriety of the same, the issuance of an ILBO. However, let me clarify, Risa, that an immigration lookout bulletin order does not work the same way as a whole departure order, meaning it does not prevent the person subject of the ILBO from leaving the country. It is only for monitoring purposes.
Well, understood. Thank you very much. That's a DOJ Chief State Legal Counsel, Attorney George Ortha.